Asia is truly at an inflection point. Asia historically has had resource and talent advantage. And now that is getting complemented by a leapfrog mindset, an easy availability of capital, and Asians who have truly become global natives. And that combination is absolutely powerful and potent.
You have been actively working with companies across Asia Pacific for many, many years. What forces are converging to extend the global reach and crucially, resonance of content and technology originating in Asia?
I think it's coming of age of a variety of factors, to my mind. One is there's a consumer affluence which is happening in Asia. So consumers are getting richer, and that creates huge avenues for companies to experiment. So there is two things happening. They're getting richer, and there are more digitally native consumers in Asia than in other parts of the world. So if you take the top of the pyramid, there are now going more richer consumers in Asia. You can think Shanghai, you can think Mumbai, you can think Jakarta, you can pick any city and you'll start seeing them. But equally at the bottom of the pyramid, almost all Asian consumers are digitally native. So it encourages companies to be bolder in their attempt to go after them. So that's certainly happening. Also, I think more and more people are getting more educated, both within Asia, but also globally, and bringing back that learning to their parts of the world.
And what about capital and the environment, especially for creatives and entrepreneurs?
I think capital has now seen the potential, and capital always chases opportunity, right? And I think this capital senses the potential. Historically, capital deployed in Asia has been a fraction of the total capital deployed in the world. And I talk to any leading capital provider, they feel as they think about the decade and more ahead, they want to rebalance that. They want to rebalance that more towards Asia because they sense the opportunity in that market. And everybody you talk to, they almost always say, if I have a good idea, to make capital is not a hurdle. Capital is the last thing they worry about anymore. That was not the case earlier.
So, what are the areas where this great rebalancing is most evident right now, and which areas are poised to see much greater acceleration in the years ahead?
So let's take the intellectual side. There are multiple places where this is happening, and oftentimes necessity is the mother of invention. So the places where the Asian shoe pinches the most, is one place. So let's pick some of those up. There's been a lot of innovation on the energy side. Asia, many parts of Asia has been energy deficient, energy importers for a while. So renewables has been a big push in Asia. Solar, electric vehicles are things we all know about. I think as manufacturing moved to Asia and as services moved to Asia over a period of time, I think there's been more capability built in the newer age industries like that. So as AI and digital becomes mainfold, the intersection of AI with physical world resulting in the possibilities of robotics, or AI in services world with software getting reimagined, all of those things are increasingly much more places where Asia is competing at a roughly equal level with the rest of the world. I talked about necessity. So going back to that, climate change is a very important issue all across the world, but Asia has had more polluted cities than other parts of the world. So that makes it more necessary for the Asian economies to think about that challenge. The one other thing I'll highlight, which has been already played out the game, is financial services. Fintech as an industry started in US, but very quickly it made its way to Asia, to the point I talked about. Almost all Asians are digitally native consumers. You could see that play out in Asians embracing that in any part of Asia. You could see this in China, you could see this in Philippines, in Singapore, Indonesia, India. You can go all across the Asian countries and you'll see that. And now the scale is momentous, and that allows many possibilities. I feel something similar will play out in the healthcare industry. Healthcare industry globally is going to be a very important industry for us in the decades ahead. People are getting more and more conscious about longevity, about quality of health, but it's also a reasonably inefficient industry. It's well known. And I think there is no easy answers to that. There's a lot of legacy and entrenchment in that industry. What I expect is as Asian countries get wealthier, as Asian countries focus more on this, their need to fix it, to think beyond the box is going to start increasing.